Well, hey, my friends. Hey, it's David here with Filipino American Couple. Today is cold. It is Saturday. It's right before Valentine's Day. My Filipino wife and I are getting ready to go into a Filipino Valentine's Day, a Phil-Am Valentine's Day luncheon. And my question for you guys is, do you have the dream meeting a Filipina? Would you like to do that? Would you like to go to the Philippines? Well, I'm going to teach you, help you, advise you on how to best accomplish your goals of doing that, whether it's getting married or just dating or visiting, whatever it may be. We're going to cover that. All right, the first thing we need to talk about and understand is, what is your goal? Is your goal, do you want to get married? Do you want to get married and have children? Do you want to just find a local one, maybe a divorcee in America, right? You might be able to do that. That's hard to do, but it's possible. Are you wanting to go to the Philippines just to date and have a good time? Are you wanting to go online and date and meet somebody and go there and be committed to one Filipino when you get there? What is your goal? And that's something that's very, very important for you, because you have to also keep your goals realistic. You've decided to get married. You decided that you want to get married to a Filipina. Personally, I think it's an outstanding choice. I applaud you for it. And I think it's one of the smartest things you can do if you truly want to be married and happily married. Now, online dating, these websites are a way that you can find your future bride. This is not my personal favorite way to do it. I don't think online dating applications or websites is what works best. I actually believe that about only 10% of people are successful in using these dating apps to find a good wife. And those few people that actually are very successful at it have to go through a whole lot of girls or bad girls or relationships that don't work. Now, part of why I'm not a big fan of the online dating thing is there are so many women from other countries that are truly just scamming men, catfishing men. And I got friends that have been in this boat multiple times. So I know this firsthand. So what happens is, if you guys don't know, is you chit chat a girl, you hit it off. Before long, she's going to be hitting you up for money. Now, this may go on and go on. There's been cases where guys have flown to the Philippines to see their fiance, girlfriend, and she's not real. She's not there. It's been a big scam and catfished. Or they find out through the process that this girl maybe is married to a Filipino in the Philippines, and or she's just stringing along 5, 10, 15 different guys from other countries so that she can make some money. I don't recommend this. I think this is a big waste of your time. I want to recommend to you this. I want you to fish in your own pond. And here's what I kind of mean by that. You need to be trying to find a wife, if you want to be happily married and successfully married, that's about 20 years age gap or less. If you're a 60-year-old guy trying to date a 20-year-old girl, well, what do you think she really wants out of you? A fat old guy? Come on, be realistic about this. And that's my key. You got to be realistic if you want to be happy. Very, very, very important. 20-year age gap is the best. But here's what we do. And this is it in a nutshell. You need to social network with people, guys like myself and many others, on Facebook. I want to recommend to you that you go on Facebook in your area of the country and you search for Philippine American associations. You like and subscribe or join their Facebook groups. Very important, because you can social network there. You can find events that are coming up. There's going to be a Mario festival in a few weeks. Well, they're open to the public, so you can go there and introduce yourself to people. Say, hi, my name is David. I live in the area. I find the Philippine culture cool and wonderful and would like to learn more about it. And without question, you're going to find people interested in that and receptive to that. So that's one very simple way to do it. Get involved in your local Phil-Am communities. Another way to do it is simply get to know people like myself and other guys that are actually married to Filipinas. Because, look, our wives, they know tons and tons of single Filipinas. They vet them for you. So if they feel good about introducing their friend to you, there's a really good chance that that Filipina is a really good person. So you must be ready to marry. And here's what I mean by this, and this is very, very important in being successful. One, you have to have the time needed to travel to the Philippines or another country if that's where she's working or living. Very important. You have to meet them in person in order to qualify for the K1 visa process. Very important there. Two, you need to financially be ready because it's going to cost you some money. One, you're going to have to travel to the Philippines or wherever she's working at. Maybe she's working in Kuwait. So you're going to have to go there and visit. That's going to cost you some money and time. Now, the other thing you got to keep in mind is you have to have enough income to satisfy the government with the K1 visa process. It's called the affidavit of support. Now, I'm going to Google that and see what it is as of today, because every year it kind of seems to change a little bit, which is irritating. But I'm going to look that up and I'll put it right here for you. Here's something very, very important to understand. If you go to the Philippines and you marry her there, it's going to take longer to get the spousal visa process versus it would going and visiting her, getting all the documents you needed, coming back to the U.S. and applying for the K1 visa. The K1 visa is way faster. You're talking about half the time compared to a spousal visa to bring your wife here. Just keep that in mind. Here's a simple hack for you. Simple tip. As you get to know your local Filipino community, right? You go to the restaurants, you go to the Asian store, you get to know these people, you network, you go to the barrio festivals, the holiday events, the food vendors, whatever your community does, you get involved with that. Those people know which Filipinas in your area are single. That's one of the reasons it's so important to network with them because if there are single Filipinas in your area looking to get married, well, there you go. You don't have to go through all the effort of going to the Philippines or meeting somebody in the Philippines unless you just want to. So we've decided that we want to have a virtual or a long distance relationship. That we can't go to the Philippines, maybe we don't have the funds to do that or we can't legally travel there, but we would like to have somebody in our life. So we choose an LDR. Simply, the thing to do is to go on YouTube, look for the young or small Filipina channels, maybe 2,000 or under subscribers. You subscribe to their channels, you comment on their videos, you participate in their live streams. Maybe you super chat them, which means giving them money. You can also make donations to their PayPal account. These things will get their interest in you. You can get to know them. They have their email address there on the YouTube channel. So you can reach out through that. You can Facebook them from there and just start up a relationship, a long distance relationship, a virtual relationship by going through that process. Easy and simple. Now, the second way would be the dating websites. A lot of the girls on the dating websites are absolutely looking for for husbands, but they're also very interested in just getting to know people in other countries to do other things. So the dating websites, another good way to do it. Let's keep in mind, though, that whichever direction you're going to go, you're going to spend some money in this LDR. Whether it's super chatting them, giving them some donations, birthday money, maybe helping them out when grandma dies, or they're short of money one month, they're going to be asking you for donations. Don't be surprised if you're not the only guy in the LDR, though. Just keep that in mind. You may not be the only guy that they're talking to. The Philippines is your destination. Great. You're going to have a lot of fun there. Here's a couple quick things to keep in mind. You do not need a visa to get into the Philippines. It's free for 30 days. There's no visa needed to get in the Philippines. You do need to show that you have your ticket purchased to leave the Philippines. That's the only real requirement to get in. My suggestion to you is to spend a lot of time on YouTube visiting people's channels like mine and many other guys' so that you can start studying and learning about the Philippines and places that you may want to go or see, like Cebu City or Dumaguete. You kind of got to narrow this down to where you're going to go, where you're going to spend your 30 days or your vacation at. Very important to do that. Otherwise, you're just going to be pissing in the wind. You do need to have a plan. You can't just land the plane, get off, and start wandering around the Philippines. It's not the smartest thing to do. The smart thing to do, let's say if you're going to go to Cebu City, maybe you book the waterfront hotel there in Cebu City. It's a beautiful hotel. It's a nice resort, good restaurants, food, easy to get around to IT Park. A lot of girls everywhere because there's a lot of businesses and a lot of stores, a lot of restaurants and bars. So it's a really good place to hang out. Well, you just go, have a good time. The key is to be nice, to be polite. Don't be a typical American. Just go. Be happy. You're on vacation. Smile. Strike up conversations with girls and say, hi, my name is David. I'm here in the Philippines, man. Do you have any recommendations of things I might want to see or do while I'm here? The Filipinas are so happy people. They will be more than happy to help guide you. And of course, once they figure out that you're single, whether they are or not, or they will know somebody who is, who can become your tour guide. They are happy to do that. One thing I recommend, though, is you don't wander off with a Filipina that you meet in a bar late at night, somewhere where you're not familiar with. If you go back to your hotel, that's fine. But don't go off into some Providence with some girl that you meet in the bar. So you may not come back from that, or you're going to come back broke. Another super tip is don't carry all of your money with you. Now, you may be asking, well, if I go to the Philippines for 30 days and I'm going there to party and have a good time and meet with girls, how much money do I need? Well, I think for 30 days, you need at least $2,000 and that's in your pocket. Because once your hotel is paid for and your airline tickets are paid for, you still need about $2,000. Or $100 a day would be a really good guess. Some days you're going to spend more than that, and some days you're going to spend hardly anything. But you are going to be expected to pay for things. If you meet a young lady who's going to take you to go see whatever it may be, you cover all the costs. It's just the way it is. But to meet girls, go to the mall. Go to the restaurants. Go to the restaurants inside your hotel. Go to the pool at your hotel, at your resort, and hang out. And just be friendly and say, hi, my name is David. And take it from there. That's all you have to do to find women in the Philippines. Now, here's a little tip for you. A lot of times the girls are thinking, hey, this is great. I found a foreigner. Maybe he can become my boyfriend and become my fiance and all of that. If that's not where you're going with this, here's a little tip. Make sure you know a bunch of foreigners or a few foreigners in that part of the region. And what you can do is up front telling them, hey, Susie Q, I'm here visiting my friends, my expat friends over in Dumaguete or in Cebu City. So, it gives you an excuse to be able to dump the girl in a little bit. I know that sounds really crappy. You don't want them to stay at your hotel the whole 30 days, right? You want to find different girls. You have to find reasons to separate yourself. And one of the best reasons is, I'm going to go visit my expat friend over in Dumaguete or Cebu City, wherever it may be. I'm going to go spend time over here. That gives you a chance to meet other women. Because a lot of these girls who are just normal girls are going to be thinking, hey, I want to develop a relationship with you. Now, if you go to the bars, you're going to be meeting bar girls. Now, they probably don't want anything more to do with you than a night or two, some good food, some good money, some good entertainment, good fun. But if you meet a girl at, let's say, the mall, and she might be more inclined to be thinking, I want to develop a relationship. So you got to decide what your target is if you're going to be happy there. If you want, you can pre-set up with some girls that you've met on the internet to meet them in the Philippines before you go. That's one way that you can meet girls in the Philippines. So maybe you've Facebooked some, or you've YouTubed some, or you found some on the dating website. And so those you can set up and go visit. If you haven't set up any girls to go visit in the Philippines, you don't need to. right? All you have to do is be friendly, be happy, and introduce yourself at bars and restaurants and at the mall and at the hotel, and you'll be able to find single Filipinos without any question. If you're not wanting to build a relationship with anybody, then you need to stick with the girls that work at bars. And that's really all you have to do to be successful. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you stuck around to the end. We appreciate you, and good luck on your journey. And if you have any questions or problems, you're welcome to reach out to us, and I'll try to help you all I can.